Hey, honey. Hi, honey. Going to work. I'm back from home. What do you want for dinner? Good night. That's it. Dry. Dry. Is your love dehydrated? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into season 1, episode 6. The title is called Something Old. First, read the description. When Fang Jo-Nan, that is a name. When Fang Jo-Nan, that's a female name, Fang Jo-Nan finds herself without a job or home, she turns to her ex-boyfriend Joe. It's always Joe in the movie, right? Always a Joe somewhere. She turns to her ex-boyfriend Joe for help. But the shadows of their past quickly reemerge. Now, we don't spoil. Remember, we extract from the show. And remember, the theme of this show is the psychology of life and love through Taiwanese film and drama. So we're going to jump into that life and love right now. Topic 1, is it love or control? This is a really, really important question. Is the relationship that you're in right now, are you being controlled? Are you controlling another person? Or is it love? If it's love, congratulations. I'm proud of you. You've made it. Is it control? And do you think that the love that you're giving this person is true love, pure love, or is it from their perspective, control? And are you even taking the energy to ask your partner about it? Because a lot of times people are controlling other people subconsciously, and the person that is receiving the control, right, they feel it. They're hurting. But the person giving the control, the power grip, doesn't know it. That's the worst part. They don't know that they're controlling the other person, telling them what to do, telling them what to eat, where to go, what to wear, how to be. If someone is telling you how to be a human, is that love? If someone is telling you how to be you, is it love or control? That's a very, very interesting question, right, in your relationship. Because remember, we're not spoiling the show, but there are some elements of the show that we want to talk about. Are your relationships with other people, are you under control or are you controlling other people? You need to determine, is it love or is it control? Topic 2. Okay. All right, this is crazy. Would your ex be your next or just your ex? Come on. Let's be honest. Sometimes we do miss I don't miss any exes, me personally. But this is a good question. Would your ex be your next or just your ex, right? Would you give your ex another chance? Would you honestly give your ex another chance? I mean, if they cheated or they hurt you or they lied to you or it just didn't work, right? Would you give your ex another chance? So would your ex be your next or just your ex? This is a very, very important question, right? Because sometimes we move on and we evaluate ourselves. We're looking at ourselves in the mirror every day. And then some Sunday afternoon when a maple leaf falls on top of your head, you realize, oh, I could have did that better in my relationship. Maybe my ex was not that bad. Maybe they weren't that evil as I made them. Maybe I was too demanding. Maybe I was too controlling. So would your ex be your next, right? Or just your ex? Sometimes, let's be honest, some exes need to stay exes. Just speaking from personal experience, sometimes you really got to move on. It's just not going to work. And it's good. Now, remember, they are your teachers. These painful situations, these lessons in life, they are actually teachers. They teach you about yourself and they teach you what not to do. So is your ex your next partner or is it just going to be an ex? You got to ask yourself that a question. And then you'll see that from the show, episode 6. Next, would you move back into your ex's place if you had no place to go? That's a tough one. If you had no place to go, right? Say, for instance, the quarantine happened, COVID happened. You had no place to go. And the only place you could go to was your ex's apartment. No, not guys. For me, no, I couldn't. You literally will be, because they could have some new quarantine restriction, right? So you can't leave the house for 23 days and you're stuck. Because in Taiwan, it was great, right? Actually, we had quarantine. Like if you didn't have COVID, you could still walk outside and get some air, right? You could still walk outside and go to the park and do things that you want to do. You could live your life, right? But you still had to wear your mask. But it was way better than the United States at the time. Like the COVID preventive measures here in Taiwan were great until they weren't. Because some people, They didn't follow the rule, right? But Taiwan put the rules in. So if you had no place to go, not the quarantine is past, COVID's over, we might have another one in 10 years. But just say, for instance, in any situation, guys, imagination, come on, imagination. If you had no place to go, would you move back into your ex's place? No, these are elements from the show. This is a good question. I want you guys, whatever comments you have, whatever you want to talk about, drop it down in the comment section. Please, I got to know how you feel. Would you move back to your exes if there's no? Now, the third point is your love drowning or is it dehydrated? Oh, wow. And which one would you prefer? Would you prefer it to be drowning or dehydrated? Which one could be saved in a better situation to be saved? If your love drowning or is it dehydrated? When I say drowning, I mean it is going down the drain. I'm talking about whirlpool, guys. It is you are trying to. There is no lifesaver. There's no life vest. There are no, how do you call it, the Coast Guards? Nobody's coming after you. It is drowning, right? You guys are constantly arguing. You guys are constantly fighting. You can't get on the same page. Somebody's controlling. Somebody's trying to love. It's just not working. Is it drowning or is it dehydrated? You're probably thinking, what is he talking about? Dehydrated means that there's no love. There's no intimacy. There's no closeness. There's no proximity. It's just, hey, honey. Hi, honey. Going to work. I'm back from home. What do you want for dinner? Good night. That's it. Dry. Dry. Is your love dehydrated, right? Are you drowning? Right? That means you are literally suffocating. Because there's some marriages and partnerships. There's nothing wrong. It's just absolutely boring. Right? One partner doesn't want to go anywhere. They want to stay in the house all day, look at the phone all day. It's impossible, right? It's just the person doesn't want to travel anywhere. It's just dehydrated. Right? There's no love. They don't even hold your hand. Sometimes getting smacked on the butt is a good thing. Right? That means there's some intimacy. It's like, I want to say like, hey, don't hit me. But it's like, hey, why haven't you hit me today? Right? Is it drowning? Drowning means it's like you can't even choose the breakfast without arguing. Right? I want to eat this, this egg pancake because I don't want to eat this egg pancake. We ate it last week. It's like, oh my God, you guys are fighting about nothing. Guys, I'm an English consultant in Taipei, business consultant. I'm in the cafe all the time. I'm really angry about my Chinese. I hear everything. I understand everything that's going around me. And guys, I'm telling you, I don't know. Apple has to work on this. I have my headphones up to the max. I still understand the Chinese. There are a lot of people, and it's probably all over the world. I'm just here in Taiwan living and working. I love here. There's probably a lot of, you know what I'm saying? They're arguing about nothing. Okay, let me tell you just one quick story. I was in the park the other day walking and, I do go to the cafe to do my editing work and sometimes work online. And I'm walking just in the park and then I have a seat and then I just hear some, I have my headphones on, right? And I hear, I'm just kind of, what is that? Like, go, and I, say, oh my God, it's somebody, yelling at each other. And so I go by and just, being the spy that I am, MI6, episode 6, MI6. I walk by and guys, don't laugh. Okay, guys, I know in Taiwan, you guys are probably watching this overseas. I love points. Points is when you buy things and you get points. I love these points too, but I will never in my life yell at someone about points. Okay, I gave it away, right? So the grandma said, how dare you not buy the second blueberry? Because the second blueberry is a discount and you can get more points. I told you to buy the second. I'm literally giving you verbatim. For Taiwanese listeners, verbatim means word for word. This is what they said in Mandarin Chinese in Taiwan in a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I mean, it couldn't be any more beautiful. A pristine, beautiful weather. Why didn't you buy the second blueberries? I told you to buy the blueberries. We had to get the points on the credit card. You never listen to me when I say, and even as I'm saying this, I feel so bad, right? And I was just like, how could you guys be together that long, right? So this is the thing, right? Is it drowning? That's a drowning relationship, right? Now, the next one, it says red light, green light. how tickets could get you. So how tickets could get you running the same red lights. Guys, come on. Let's be honest. This is a very red light, green light. We all know this game when we were little. Red light, green light. Green light go, red light stop. But in life, why do we keep running into the same red lights? If we know that this person is not for us, we know this person is not for us. We know. Why would you put yourself in this situation? Why would you run through the same red light? You're going to get a ticket. You know what a ticket means? We're not talking about the police here, especially not American police. We're not talking about the police here. This is a ticket. This means you get hurt. Are you going to, how many tickets could you get? How many tickets could you get running the same red lights? These are some questions that I created myself to extract from the show, right? Episode 6, season 1, At the Moment. The show is called At the Moment on Netflix. How many tickets could you get before you wake up? Guys, you don't run through the same red light. I don't know in Taiwan, but in the US, you run through that red light, that is a very pricey ticket. You know, it's like you literally angry all day about that $400, $500 ticket, right? That's about 14,000. That's about what? 13 to 14,000 NT. That's about 400. That's crazy. That's a crazy price compared to Taiwan, right? Crazy price. But the point is not about the price. The point is about the pain that you get from making the same exact mistake. Guys, find the green light in your life. Don't run through the same red light. If you know you're going to get a ticket, you know you're going to hurt, you know you're going to cry, you know you're going to suffer, but are you desperate for love? Why I say that is because girls and guys, if you're dating, if you're straight or you're gay, whatever, whoever you're dating and who you're dating, if this person, you know they're going to hurt you, are you that much desperate for love that you still go with them? This is not about, gender. This is about just being a human. Are you going to run through the same red light? And you know they're going to hurt you. And this is basically lowering yourself as a person because you know that they are trash. You know that it didn't work. Go back to the other question. Is your ex going to be your next or just an ex? Because this is an interesting question. You know that this person is not good for you, but you run through the same red light and you get the ticket. PAIN. It's called pain. You are hurting yourself for the desperation of not being lonely. So that jumps into the other conversation. Are you in love because it's love, or are you just desperate to not be alone? Guys, don't look at me. Look at yourself. I'm just throwing it out there, right? The next question says, when is a fight and when is a fight a message? Sometimes you were actually fighting or arguing with your partner. I understand. Maybe there's a real, true, genuine disagreement. There's a clash of culture. And when I say culture, I'm talking about family cultures. Yes, if you're from different nationalities, of course, there's going to be some cultural clash. But when you are fighting, right, is it a fight that you really need to discuss? Because disagreements are normal. But if it gets to the point where you're actually yelling and screaming at someone, you really got to evaluate yourself. Is this this relationship where I want to be in? Is a fight where after you reach common ground, you make a consensus, you get on the same page? Is this good? Because sometimes that's good. But if you're actually yelling at each other, ready to grab at each other, then that's a problem. Is your fight a fight where you have a disagreement, you talk about it, you cool off, take a walk, watch a movie, relax, get some popcorn. I like salty popcorn. Thank you for inviting me to the movie. I don't know who you are watching. But is it a message? And when I say message, is it maybe this is not the one? Maybe this is not the one. And I'm not encouraging anybody to break up. I'm encouraging you to evaluate yourself. Is a fight where common ground is reached? You reach a consensus. And let me explain this. Consensus means you gain an understanding of what the person wants in the relationship. Not expects, because the big E word, we don't do the expectations here. You know what they want. You want to be with them. You're willing to make a change if you needed to make a change, and they're willing to make a change. Sometimes a fight is necessary, but sometimes a fight is a message, a very clear message to let you know. Now, the next one is how private is private. So there's a couple of scenes in the show, we don't spoil here. Guys, keep your life private. If you're in a relationship, if I'm in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, don't share all your things with your friends. Guys, because once your partner finds out and say, oh yeah, hey, I heard you lost a job. Oh, I heard you broke up. I heard you had to get a loan. I heard you ran out of money. Oh man, you can't pay your car loans? What? You tried to use your credit card in Hermes and it didn't work? What? That's unfair, right? It's like, wait, how do you know? Yeah, your man told me, your woman told me, your lover told me, your husband, wife told me. Guys, how private is private? I'm going to be honest with you. And it might mess up the relationship, right? If I tell you something and then I hear that same conversation at a dinner with some people I don't really know, and especially your friends, I'm scared to share anything with you, right? How private is private? Guys, yes, you're supposed to trust your partner, and you should trust your partner, but is this the right person if they're always sharing your private information with other people? These are some valid questions. Remember, the theme of this show is the psychology of life and love through Taiwanese drama and film. We're not going to critique, but we're going to extract. We're an extracting platform, right? How private is private? Now, one of the scenes in the show, she goes to the dinner and they're like, hey, this happened and this happened and this happened. She can't even dig into the food. Every time she digs, it's a question. Dig, it's attack. Dig, it's an ambush. And then the meal is ruined. The appetite is diminished. It is neutralized because your privacy that you honor and you respect is gone, right? So the question you got to ask yourself, how private is private? Now, let's do my favorite word, recap. Is it love? Is it control? Remember, this is the episode 6, something old. Title's called Something Old. So don't say, we'll show what it is. I recap. Don't look at me like that. Is it love or control? Right? Are you being controlled? Are you controlling? And should there even be someone controlling a partner if it's real love? Would your ex be your next or just your ex? If the ex is coming back to you and you realize on that little, Sunday walk when the maple leaf dropped on your head, that 1,000-pound maple leaf. Yeah, 1,000 pounds, 3,000. And you were like, that's where I messed up. Maybe you can take them back, right? I believe in love can be regained. I believe. Would your ex be your next or just your ex? Now, next one, this is not me. Would you move back into your ex's place if you had no place to go? Sorry, guys. Me, no, I can't. But for you, if there's a chance, you can get back together. You can try, get those socks back on the floor. Go for it, right? Watch out for those socks. Make sure they're washed. Is your love drowning? Or is it dehydrated? Is it drowning or dehydrated? Now, red light, green light, how many tickets could you get running the same red light? I know you like my questions. Thank you. I know you. I thank you. I'm honored. I know you like my questions. When is a fight a fight? When is a fight a message? Ding-dong. Did you receive the message? Or it's time to go. When is a fight a fight? Or when is a fight a message? Last one. How private is private? I definitely don't want my business spread out there like the Apple Daily or the New York Times. I want to keep my life. If I trust my partner, that's where I want my information to be. Locked and sealed, like in a bank. Now, thank you for watching this episode. This is talking about episode 6 of season 1. At the moment, something old. I am looking forward with great gratitude to your comments and your responses. Thank you so much for watching.